Overseas, yeah, we trying to stop terrorism, but we still got terrorists here living in the USA, the big CIA, the Bloods and the Crips and the KKK. But if you only have love for your own race.
I'm here on behalf of Diane Jordan and Patrick Jordan.
Are you a licensed attorney, sir?
So we went through this before. I don't have to be a licensed attorney.
I'm asking you a question.
Are you a licensed attorney? You're not a licensed. He's not a licensed attorney either, sir. He has a certificate of admission. He has a bar card. He's a membership of a privately owned corporation called the Bar Association.
Okay, sir, I'm not going to allow you to represent someone. There's already an order from Judge Molly. He's got a court saying that you're not qualified.
That's an unconstitutional order, sir. The Sixth Amendment gives citizens a right to a counsel of their choice. Nowhere in the Sixth Amendment does it say the counsel has to be an attorney at law who is a member of a Hawaii Bar or American Bar Association. I've already given you the Supreme Court cases which give me the right to be here as their private attorney general and attorney.
Is Diane Patrick, Patricia Jordan, or Patrick Lee Jordan present?
The legal fiction, they are present, and also their flesh and blood man and woman are present. I'm speaking on their behalf.
Okay, let me advise the gallery that all electronic devices shall be turned off. If there's anything that anyone doesn't comply with this, you shall be removed from the courtroom. Sir, back there.
Because that's an unlawful order.
Sir, you
not
shall
consent to that.
Is it turned off, sir? Because if it's not turned off, you shall be removed from the courtroom.
That's part of the press. That's an unlawful order. They're part of the press.
Sir, this is a public, the judge is not the court. We the people are the court, according to constitutional rights. So, frankly, if you're going to physically remove me from this place, then you shall be held personally liable for a violation of my First Amendment rights.
Sir,
the bonds will be pulled.
Entrance while I'm leaving. So, can you repeat what you're asking me to do now? And why am I asked to leave the courtroom?
Because the judge ordered us.
That's an unlawful order.
And why did the judge order me to do that?
What law?
Please cite the law of why we have to leave the courtroom as members of the press for videotaping a public court hearing.
Pursuant to Supreme Court Rule number 5, there are no electronic equipment that are, you can put me. No electronic equipment is allowed in the courtroom. Your conduct is very disruptive to our proceedings.
Our conduct wasn't doing anything in the courtroom until you pointed out that we're not supposed to be filming, and we are allowed to be doing it.
Okay, let's go. Thank you. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Y'all should have had a briefing on me.
Okay.
So I'm on a do not
Can you
detain.
put that down for now?
Why, sir?
No, we're outside. This public domain.
Trying to do it.
No,
you want
sir.
us to do the case?
No, he's filming me because anything I do.
Well,
so
you pointed at something.
so therefore it won't be any.
Now, did
Sign a refusal form, and we're going to need to have you guys witness that she's refusing transport for right now.
I didn't refuse.
You didn't. So
And,
you want to come.
and she's being arrested for what?
She wants to get the full, because I mean you can clearly she's been assaulted.
Yeah.
She's been bruised.
So she's going to come with us.
I don't want to be on.
Wait, no, do not handcuff her. She will go. Now, why is she going to, what is she going to be arrested for?
So is one of you guys coming in the ambulance?
What
then
did
with
I
us?
do?
me.
Okay, you'll come with us. Okay. So
Wait, what did I do though? Why am I being...
This is their procedures.
I didn't do anything though. You weren't even in the courtroom. I didn't do anything.
based on what was told to me by witnesses.
No, what witnesses?
What witnesses?
What witnesses?
What witnesses told you that?
Because you got a whole courtroom of witnesses that says she was assaulted.
So Sherry, I think
So your
we'll
witnesses
just
are your
move to our
officers.
gurney. We'll just get you on our gurney.
Okay, you going with her then? Yeah.
I have no control, unfortunately, Sherry. I am just here to
Excuse me, what? On what grounds is she being arrested?
She's being arrested for obstructing government operations or disorderly conduct.
What? I didn't do anything though.
Okay, come, let's go on the gurney then. If you want to go hospital.
I can walk out. She doesn't have to put me on the gurney. I can walk out.
My name is Alma Days Funky. I was in Judge Ayabe's courtroom 10 on September 10th at around 10 a.m. The clerk came over and said everybody had to have electronic devices turned off. A private attorney, General Anthony, said it wasn't necessary. It was a common people that were there, public. The judge called two uniformed officers and some man in a yellow shirt. They all walked over to Sherri and ordered her to turn her stuff off, her camera. She was complying with them, and she was wanting to record with her camera why she was being asked to leave. So she was memorializing the situation. After she'd asked questions, she started to stand up, and I was on the bench in front of her with my back towards her, and all I heard was her being pushed against the bench, which pushed me forward off my bench, and she fell on top of me or near me. And as I turned around, a man in a yellow shirt was dragging her out, and she was crying that she was hurt, she was hurt. When I left the courtroom and came outside, she was sitting on the floor crying, stating that they had hurt her and that she needed her camera back, and asking them to call the police that she had been assaulted. And
my name is Helen Days Eckert. Today is September 10th, 2013. I was in Judge Ayabe's courtroom. It was around 10 o'clock. He was late. He took the case that I was watching. And what happened was the lady behind me, Sherri, was filming, memorializing what she was doing. She was asking the judge why she couldn't be there. It was a public hearing, public courtroom. The clerk came over and said that it was a Supreme Court ruling 5. She gave something, I don't have it memorized. Sherri said, okay, I will comply, I am leaving. And she started to move past me. I was sitting in front of her and her bench, and as she went past me, she paused. I looked to my right. There were two men who were blocking her exit. So she was shuffling her. She was shuffling closer to the bench, and they reached over and violently grabbed her arms. She fell onto me, and my sister sitting next to me, and she said, ow, you're hurting me, and they just dragged her out violently from the benches and dragged her out of the courtroom. She said, you're hurting me, I'm hurt, you're assaulting me.
Go ahead. Yeah, today is September 10th, 2003. My name is Florentino Bentonina. I was sitting in courtroom 10. I was next to the person that was kind of like assaulted. What I seen was she was about to stand and slightly kind of walking out, and suddenly the officer just yanked her, from her seat, and she just kind of like flew to the edge of the chair, and that's when I see that the officer just grabbed her and pulled her out of her position.
what was the officer wearing that pulled her, the man that pulled her?
Well, they had their regular brown uniform, something that they used.
And the guy, was there anybody else that pulled on her? That was in uniform?
Well, there was two persons over there, but I didn't quite see everything. I just turned the other way because I just wanted to maybe get out of the way.
Right, they're just doing this. They're arresting her to retaliate against her and against me because they know the legal implication that's coming from this. Because those sheriffs assaulted her, assault and battery, and now they're trying to cover their own self by arresting her and say that she disrupted the court. If that was true, then they would have arrested her then. It wouldn't have been no investigation. So we got a whole courtroom full of witnesses. I talked to several of the sheriffs and let them know what I witnessed, and I got it on videotape, the other witnesses that witnessed what happened. That she was assaulted by two officers. She was on her way out, as they had asked her to do, and they assaulted her.
Blood pressure.
I'm here to pick up Sherri Ching.
She was charged with obstruction of government ops.
Government ops?
Yes.
Operation?
Yeah.
specifically what?
I don't know. I'm just not looking for something. I mean, you know that you hear these movies and those guys come in, they get you alone, they beat you and they could kill you. They could beat you to death. And I didn't know what they were going to do to me in the hospital either. They gave me the paperwork for what they gave me and the cops took it.
If it was evidence that they changed or altered or confiscated, then that also is obstruction of justice, and that's also evidence tampering.
So when I was at the hospital, the two sheriffs that were standing outside of the hotel room, they were pressuring the hospital staff to have me released so they could get me booked and arrested. And the doctor told them that she wasn't going to release me because my blood pressure was so high. And so they said, well, what can you do to advance this? And they said, well, we can give it to her IV-wise, we can inject her with blood pressure medicine, and then that will help her blood pressure go down quicker. Plus, I already had been given some sort of a muscle relaxer, so I really am not like completely thinking clearly about what they're doing. But yeah, they gave me a muscle relaxer, and then after that, they injected me with what they said was blood pressure medicine. I'm not sure even what kind of blood pressure.
Show me your bruise again. And that is, tell me what that is.
And this is the bruise that happened while I was being drug out of the courtroom by the two sheriffs. One was a deputy sheriff. They drugged me out of the courtroom and twisted my arm after they... And
plain clothes.
One was in plain clothes. They twisted my arm, and the other one was in uniform. And first they grabbed my camera out of my hand, twisted my hand, the first deputy, and then after that, after they already had the camera, they continued to twist my arms and drag me out of the courtroom.
But if you only have love for your own race, then you only leave space to discriminate. And to discriminate only generates hate. And when you hate, then you're bound to get irate.